surcharge the senior officials so that we can ensure our farmers do not continue to suffer. Mr. Speaker, because the failure of EACC, I want to encourage Commission of Administrative Justice or the Ombudsman to come out and investigate this travesty of justice going into the future, Mr. Speaker, because this is the work, and therefore, Ombudsman did find, Mr. Speaker, the CAJ did find that there was a lot of inconsistency in terms of investigation by the EACC, Mr. Speaker. All said and done, Mr. Speaker, the EACC failed in duty of care, and EACC aided and abetted corruption. They must be called out. And I think also, I don't know, when EACC, somebody tell me who will watch the watcher? Who will watch the watchman? Now, EACC is supposed to fight corruption, but they are hiding corruption. So I don't know, Senator Mungatana, who will arrest the EACC officers? Ordinarily, they should be the one arresting the corrupt. So who will watch the watchman? Who will watch the watcher, Mr. Speaker? The army. So you are recommending for court-martial, Mr. Speaker, that we are saying if EACC are bungled investigation, we can become radical and allow the army to take over through court-martial. Because who will watch the watcher? Because if it is the watchman that is allowed stealing to happen, who will ensure that the watchman is being watched? And therefore, members are saying if EACC are bungled investigations, Mr. Speaker, the person who should take over is through the court-martial of the military so that the money can be returned, Mr. Speaker. Finally, I want to agree with the committee, Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, that we also, Mr. Speaker, trace, I know Senator Mahanzo knows this because he's a senior counsel, we must trace, Mr. Speaker, these proceeds that were stolen. We must, as we surcharge and do recovery. The assets recovery, under the law, have obligation to trace the money in those accounts, freeze the money, trace it and bring it back for the public, Mr. Speaker. Therefore, in this country, when somebody is corrupt, we should not only jail them, we jail them, trace, recover assets and money back to the community, Mr. Speaker. Because these people who are corrupt, they will always steal, know that they will go to court, they will play around with the legal process, judicial process, get good lawyers who are sharp, they delay the prosecution. After they are being fined maybe 100 million, Mr. Speaker, they come back and enjoy the proceeds of crime or corruption. We must make it painful to steal from Kenyans. One, jail them. In future, Mr. Speaker, we should even suggest that the corrupt must be paraded in Uhuru Gardens, Mr. Speaker, and be shot on sight, so that we don't have such DNA in our system again, so that they don't sire seeds of corruption, Mr. Speaker. We shoot them on sight. And then, Mr. Speaker, we can even recommend that we do court-martial, the way our neighbor Museveni is doing to some individuals. We court-martial them, shoot them inside, so that we don't, and in fact, Mr. Speaker, I'm proposing that, Mr. Speaker, we make them sterile, Mr. Speaker. We castrate them so that that DNA does not progress in our society, so that the young people who are on your gallery, Mr. Speaker, do not get a country where to get something in government or anywhere you must be corrupt. We should value integrity so much, say that when somebody is corrupt, like in Japan, when they are mentioned in corruption, they commit suicide because of the national shame and embarrassment, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, as I support this report, I want to say members let us support, and I think, and I want to call the jail, like I don't know whether Senator Manzo is a member, they should invite the EACC to appear before the Senate. They should stop telling us about arresting traffic officers who have taken 200 shillings, 50 shillings. They should tell us where these corrupt, these individuals who are stealing from social health insurance, who are stealing in NHIF, who did state capture, where are they? Why are they enjoying the resources? And we are making noise here in Senate, yet people are enjoying the ill-gotten wealth, Mr. Speaker. With those very many remarks, I beg to second, Mr. Speaker, and thank you for the indulgence of time. I second, Mr. Speaker, this motion.